in your annual report, it's mentioned this industry is going to grow by 8%. But you as a company, maybe you're targeting 15%, 20%. So how is it possible for you to grow faster than the industry despite you already being the largest player in India in this space?
We always say that we are going faster than this. Basically, because we introduce new products every year.
Okay.
We add new territories in our fold every year. And we try to enter into new areas like maybe LNG, semiconductor, hydrogen, nuclear, aerospace. These are the various areas which are not tapped so far. Our international market or international business is also growing very fast. So we have the single digit market share as on today, whereas we have almost like 60-65% market share in domestic market. LNG is considered as a transition fuel nowadays.
Okay.
From diesel to hydrogen via LNG.
Okay.
And this is a very high growth area for us because people are depending more on LNG now as compared to earlier. Hydrogen is the ultimate fuel. But hydrogen is not as on today commercially viable.
So if LNG is a transition fuel, are you having just transitional level of revenues from that segment, or are you prepared for hydrogen as well? LNG vehicles are maybe a handful, that's it, not more than that, like compared to CNG. So why do you think people should or are switching from CNG, which is like 30% market share, you told me, to an LNG? Maybe it has like 1% market share even in the heavy duty truck space. So why would the transition really happen?
But for heavy duty trucks and buses, I am 100% confident LNG is the only solution.
I think you're the only company that says I can compete with China, because other companies I speak to, no way they can compete with China. Anyways,
China produces equipment mostly to Chinese standards. They don't produce to ASME or European standards.
Okay.
Whereas we produce to ASME and EN standards. Secondly, Chinese are good in mass manufacturing.
Yeah.
Whereas we are good in non-standard customized equipment manufacturing.
Our EBITDA is around 22 to 24, 25%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if these new products, can it still maintain your EBITDA margin of 22 to 25%?
INOX India Limited is part of the larger INOX Group, a powerful Indian conglomerate with interests ranging from integrated cryogenic solutions to entertainment and industrial gases. INOX India itself is one of the country's leading cryogenic technology companies. They make cryogenic storage systems that can safely store and transport gases like oxygen, nitrogen, and even LNG. Today, we break down the INOX Group and dive into INOX India's supply chain, key numbers, growth plans, and the future ahead. Today, we sit with someone who began his journey as the company's second employee in 1993 and now leads it as CEO, Deepak Acharya.
INOX, okay, it's a big brand. I think a lot of it has to be attributed to the industrial segment, and secondly, the movie business, the cinema business. I want you to tell the audience, before we get into your business, I want you to tell the audience what INOX is, because from what I understand, you got cinemas, you got chemicals, you got industrial gas. So tell me, what are the different businesses INOX in general is into?
See, there are two groups now. INOX, one which is headed by Mr. P.K. Jain, and another headed by Vivek Jain. So all the chemical businesses and energy renewable businesses come under Mr. Vivek Jain.
Okay.
Whereas PVR INOX, INOX Air Products, and INOX CVA come under Mr. P.K. Jain,
Okay.
who is the chairman of INOX Group.
Of this, how many companies are listed?
PVR INOX and INOX CVA is listed in the Pawan Kumar Jain's group, whereas GFL and renewable energy is covered under the other brothers.
Okay. And today you are the CEO of INOX CVA.
Yeah, I am a CEO of INOX CVA. Yeah.
Okay. And for the audience, you're not just a CEO, but I would consider you to be a proxy promoter as well, because you told me before we even started this that you were the second employee to join the company.
Yeah.
And that was back in 1992.
Yes.
So since 1992, you've been with the company, not looked for other opportunities or not gone for other opportunities. and guided the team, been there with the company, seen major expansions and capexes and growth. I want to make my intention very clear. It's that during the next 40 minutes, I want to have a very candid conversation, not a plain vanilla type conversation that people do and which is all staged and already discussed, but something unique, and audience should know more about the cryogenics industry. Where is it going in the next 10 years? You are considered the master or the godfather of the welding industry in India. You know a lot about it. And I will try to take out maximum information from you that people don't know about yet.
Correct.
Like when Bajaj Auto first came into the industry with their new CNG autos, people thought they can be competed against very easily and they'll be waved off from the industry. But because they came with the CNG auto, that completely disrupted the industry and the other people lost out. So the fuels, if you're able to introduce at the right time, the right vehicles at the right time, you take a lot of market share. That's what we're seeing in LNG as well. CNG is stabilized, maybe 30% market share. Now LNG is coming. So we'll talk all about it. So less about me, more about you now. I want you to tell me what cryogenics, which is the business you're into, what is it really, and why does it matter to all of us?
Yeah, cryogenics is a branch of science which deals with low temperature. The low temperature is as low as like minus 196 for nitrogen. It can be like as low as minus 269 for helium.
Okay.
So theoretically, the dictionary meaning of cryogenics is anything below minus 150 degrees centigrade.
Okay.
Okay. As you know, the air contains nitrogen, oxygen, and argon. Nitrogen is almost 78%, 21% is oxygen, and less than 1% is argon.
Mm-hmm.
So, in the air separation unit, what they do is like from the air, they suck these gases and convert them into liquid oxygen, liquid nitrogen, and liquid argon.
Okay.
At different temperatures. And then these gases has to be stored into a storage vessels.
Mm-hmm.
So the beauty of this storage vessel is that at that low temperature, you have to keep this into the storage vessel.
Mm-hmm.
So these storage vessels are like a thermos flask.
Okay.
So they are double-walled insulated vessels, vacuum insulated and multi-layer insulation or perlite insulation is there. So you can keep this liquid for a long period without any heavy losses.
Okay.
So this is what is the basic cryogenics is applied. And there are variety of applications which are coming up in industry nowadays because of this cryogenics. And cryogenics is a very upcoming branch, I can say. Mm-hmm. Even Dr. Abdul Kalam in his India 2020 has mentioned cryogenics as one of the upcoming branch over a period of time.
Okay.
And we have seen in last 10-15 years substantial growth into each and every sector.
Absolutely.
Which is happening, and cryogenic industry is trying to help in those areas.
Okay. So you told about the cryogenics industry in a crux. Now, in your annual report, it's mentioned this industry is going to grow by 8%. But you as a company, maybe you're targeting 15%, 20%. So how is it possible for you to grow faster than the industry, despite you already being the largest player in India in this space?
Yeah, basically you rightly said that traditionally the industrial gas business is growing at 8 to 10% year on year. We always say that we are going faster than this, basically because we introduce new products every year.
Okay.
We add new territories in our fold every year, and we try to enter into new areas like maybe LNG, semiconductor, hydrogen, nuclear, aerospace. These are the various areas which are not tapped so far in a greater depth. But now we are adding all those new products into this. Secondly, our products are very high quality, high reliability, so people believe in us. Over a period of time, we have proved to the market that we can deliver the products in time. Our international market or international business is also growing very fast. Mm-hmm. Though we have the single-digit market share as on today, whereas we have almost like 60-65% market share in domestic market. So we are adding new territories. We definitely have more and more share into this market. And that is how we are saying with all these our efforts and our best in engineering efforts and the project management skills, delivering the non-standard products to the industry as per their requirement. This all adds to additional increase in our business.
Yeah.
And hence we are confident that over a period of time, we will grow at least 15 to 20% year on year in coming few years.
Okay. Speaking about one of the projects that you're currently doing,
Yeah.
this is to drive the point home of the real life application of the cryogenics tanks that you manufacture. Okay. So there's this 1500 cubic meter tank that you're supplying to the island Bahamas.
Yeah.
Okay. Over there, from what I understood and read, is that these tanks will be used to store liquid LNG.
Yeah.
And there's an independent power producer there who produces electricity. This LNG will be used to power the electricity plant that will produce electricity, and that electricity is going to be used by cruise ships which have been parked on shore.
Yeah.
So for the cruise ship to be parked on shore, they would require some electricity and power. Usually they burn diesel, but then this electricity will make sure they don't make noise, and it's lower cost as well for the operator. And I find a lot of application in the islands, because there's no point them setting up an entire LNG extraction system and then getting on with it. So what is the application really in these island countries? Do you find a huge opportunity in these island countries and Bahamas, if you want to talk about it at all?
Bahamas is a very important project for us, and this is one of the major projects we'll be telling or will be completing in next 1.5 years now. So at Bahamas, this is basically an island where 1,500 to 2,000 cruise ships come every year.
Okay.
And normally when they are parked on the shore, they normally consume power from a diesel generators.
Okay.
And a huge amount of pollution takes place.
Mm-hmm.
So this company has decided to generate power by using LNG as a fuel.
Yeah.
So once they will do that generation of power, which is 60 megawatt combined power station they will be putting. So the electricity which will be produced will be given to the cruise ships for utilizing their power requirements. And that is how they will save the diesel, or they will save the power in the terms of you can say the clean energy perspective, the efficiency perspective, less pollution and all that they will achieve by that.
Right.
So for that we are supplying around 1,500 cubic meter 10 tanks, where the ship will bring the liquid or the LNG and it will be stored into this big 1,500 ton meter cube capacity tanks.
Yeah.
And that will be used for generating the power with the help of turbines.
Okay.
So this is the project. The overall, because of this, there is a less pollution, because LNG gives almost 30% less carbon emissions. No SOx and NOx levels are there. So practically zero emissions are there in SOx and NOx. So
NOx
this
is
nitrous oxide.
Nitrous oxide.
And sulfur oxide, sulfur dioxide.
Okay.
So these two gases are also very harmful. And if this is reduced drastically, then you get a clean air or clean fuel. So this is what is the basic application of this project. Going forward, we have many such islands all over the world.
Yeah.
And this electricity problem is almost in every island, similar problem.
Yeah.
So after our success of Scotland and Caribbean, so this is our third project. Now after success of this project or after allocation of this project, there are two such small islands in Bahamas, they also place order on us.
Oh, okay.
So that is about 30 megawatt and 25 megawatt.
Mm.
So we want to repeat this success story to all our customers, all our people over the world or the stakeholders, and tell them this is what is the solution you are having, that you can use this clean fuel for your energy application, and that will help everybody.
Okay.
So this is what is our concept.
Yeah.
And we are again starting this first time, I can say, nobody has done it so far. So we have that advantage over it now.
Yeah. If more islands are placing orders, but there should be a consistent supply of LNG as well, right?
Yeah, LNG is available in abundance nowadays. Earlier only Qatar was the supplier, but now Qatar, Australia, US, so many companies, so many countries are there who are providing LNG in a bulk. And these all LNG terminals are there. They can receive the LNG from these big ships, and then it's stored in the smaller tanks what we supply.
Okay.
So depending on their requirement, they decide what capacity of tanks they require and how much time they require for them, they are required for 15 days. Then they'll keep a stock of 15 days.
Okay.
And accordingly, number of tanks are decided.
Okay. So you're saying that these islands, even if it's not to power a cruise ship, if it's to supply electricity to all the households
even
in the
the
island.
Caribbean like that, they are doing it for the whole island.
Okay.
Electricity supply will be done like that only, not for the cruise ships.
Okay. And so there are different 8 sectors that you supply to, like from supplying to ISRO to being used in breweries, okay, and being approved by one of the largest beverage companies. What are the different sectors exactly that you are into, and what is the application in each sector?
So we work basically in 4 sectors now.
Yeah.
We call it industrial gas as the first sector. So industrial gas is a wide application.
Okay.
So it can be, industrial gases can be used in steel plant, it can be in pharmaceutical, petrochemicals, hospitals, many such applications, the glass industry. So basically they again store these gases and even transport these gases, and finally they vaporize these gases from the liquid to the gas, and finally they use it. So applications on industrial gases are many. The another division what we dealt with is LNG division. In LNG we have variety of equipments we have produced over the last 15 years now. We have LCNG stations, fueling stations, then automotive fuel tanks, satellite stations, then you have marine fuel tanks, small scale LNG terminals. So all these are the gamut of equipments which we manufacture. And this is going to be a very, you can say, LNG is considered as a transition fuel nowadays.
Okay.
From diesel to hydrogen via LNG.
Okay.
That is what is the movement which is happening. And this is a very high growth area for us because people are depending more on LNG now as compared to earlier.
Absolutely.
And the pollution point of view, because of the latest norms government is putting, we have to reduce the carbon emissions.
Yeah.
So this is helping in that direction as well.
Okay.
Hydrogen is the ultimate fuel.
Yeah.
But hydrogen is not as on today commercially viable. It may be over a period of time, 8 years, 10 years, when the hydrogen cost will be around $1 a kg or $2 a kg, then perhaps hydrogen will be started getting used.
Okay.
But presently, LNG is considered as a transition fuel and we are into it. So this is another division. The third division we call as a cryoscientific division.
Yeah.
In cryoscientific division, we deal with big science project. For example, in the way back in 1999 to 2004, we did the second launch pad for ISRO Sriharikota. All the ground equipment required for the satellite launches, we constructed, we manufactured and designed, supplied, directed, and I'm happy to tell you today also, all equipments are working fantastic. And whatever the launches you are seeing today is happening from our second launch pad built by us in 1999-2004.
Okay.
Besides that, recently we finished ITER project, which is thermonuclear fusion reaction project, which is like creating the artificial sun on Earth, you can say, in layman's language.
Okay.
So the amount of heat which is generated by sun, similar heat will be generated or energy will be generated in this nuclear fusion reactor.
Is this the one Carrington? No.
Cataract.
No, isn't the one you supplied in
France.
UK?
France.
This is a France one.
That is in France.
Okay.
There are only 2 companies who supplied the engineering products to this project. And one of them was INOX India.
Okay.
So we are very proud that we could supply very critical equipment for this project.
Yeah.
Out of among 13 countries, India was a partner country into this project, and we have supplied all these equipments. Besides that, we are working on many such projects which are upcoming. Also, third launch pad is coming. So many projects are coming. So there we concentrate, we bid, and because of our expertise and experience in the field of cryogenics, we are one of the top 3 or top 4 companies who can provide solutions to such a complex projects.
Okay.
The fourth division or the new one which we have started is beverage keg division, where we manufacture the kegs which can be used for storage of beer, wine, syrups, kombucha, and so many things like that. We can water and so many things you can do. So this business is also very big business.
Yeah.
All over the world, as on today, around 120 million kegs which are made of austenitic stainless steel, are available in the market. Every year there is a replacement demand of around 5 to 6%.
Mm-hmm.
So on an average, around 5 to 6 million kegs are required in the market. Presently, there are only 2 or 3 manufacturers in Europe and 1 manufacturer in China.
Okay.
And we are now the fifth company who can provide. So initially, we have put our plant at our Saudi location for 300,000 capacity, and we can expand it to around 1 million containers going forward.
Okay.
So this is what is our 4th division.
Okay.
So these are the various areas we are working, and we always find some new areas we add on, like we manufacture the equipment for the MRI machines also on a trial basis, which is now operational. So many new products which we add on every year.
Yeah.
And we develop and do the business.
Yeah.
So it can be classified in any of the groups what we are having.
So from what you mentioned, I've got 2 questions. There is a branch out of the answer that you gave. One is steel, one is hydrogen. In steel, you said you supply to the steel companies can use your products. While they make steel, the entire process, it's very it's consuming a lot of energy. And from what I understand, Tata Steel or Jindal Steel, whichever steel company you name, they are powered by either coal or directly some other fossil fuel. Where does LNG come into the picture? Does it even come in at all, LNG, in this?
Yeah, basically the power consumption for steel plant is huge, what you rightly said. But majority of cryogenic equipments are used for flushing or purging the steel. So there the nitrogen is normally used or oxygen is used for a period of time. And the investment point of view or a contribution point of view, any steel plant, cryogenic equipment is 10 to 12% of the total capex, what they spend.
Okay.
So India is having a present capacity of 145 or 148 million metric ton capacity.
Correct.
By 2030, it will be going to 300 million metric ton.
Okay.
So there is a huge amount of expansion which is happening in the steel plants. Many small ASUs are coming up. To our knowledge, almost like 25,000 tons per day capacity will be added in another 2 to 3 years. So there is a huge amount of capex requirement into the steel industry. The question you asked, can you generate the power by LNG?
Yeah.
Yes, it can be generated, and you can put a station over there, maybe around 100 or 500 megawatt capacity, whatever it is there, which can be run on the LNG as a fuel.
Okay.
And that can run the turbines, and then turbines can produce the power. So many things, like one example I will tell you. We are working in a project in the UK.
Yeah.
Where we'll be the air separation plant will use the energy from solar and wind.
Okay.
And the air separation plant will run.
Okay.
And whatever the liquid air will be generated from these, it will be stored in the cryogenic tanks which we are supplying to that station.
Okay.
And whenever there is a power shortage, it will be converted to gas and it will run the turbines. So whenever there is a scarcity of power, you can still use it.
Okay.
So normally what happens, whenever you want a power, you get a power from the grid, which is connected with the coal plant or the hydro plant or whatever it is. But here it is totally green, from green to green. So now the concept of green steel is coming.
Yeah.
So how do you get a green steel? This is the only way.
Yeah.
So UK government is pumping a lot of money for this project.
Yeah.
And this project will be completed in next 1.5 years, hopefully. And there are many such new projects which they are planned over a period of time.
Yeah.
And we are confident that once of success of this project, we can get very good orders for other new projects coming in.
Yeah. Green steel is steel that is manufactured using renewable sources of energy.
Yeah, total green. No coal or no any other nuclear or other things.
Okay. You're saying that when solar or wind is not available, instead of using from thermal power plants, they can use the LNG. They can generate
liquid air. That is the liquid air we extract.
Okay.
And that liquid air can be converted into gas, which are the air.
Okay.
And that can run the turbines.
Okay. Instead of relying on thermal.
Yeah.
Okay. And so about hydrogen, you said LNG is a transition fuel. And why am I pinpointing on LNG is because that is one of the divisions giving maybe 20-15% of your revenues. So if LNG is a transition fuel, are you having just transitional level of revenues from that segment, or are you prepared for hydrogen as well?
So I told you, we are always constantly striving for the new coming things which are coming up.
Yeah.
We graduated from industrial gas to LNG. Now the LNG we developed for last 15 years.
Yeah.
Now we are seeing the fruits in last few years, I can say. Okay. And the growth trajectory will happen in 10, 15 years. The next thing is coming up is hydrogen.
Okay.
So definitely we are working on hydrogen. We have designed equipment for storage of hydrogen. Hydrogen is like minus 265 degrees centigrade. That is at lowest temperature of hydrogen, you can say.
Okay.
We have supplied equipment to Korea, South Korea rather, for hydrogen mobility application. They'll be using it for hydrogen fuel cells.
Okay.
We have supplied equipment to Space Department, where they will be using hydrogen for the rocket launches from the Sriharikota. So we are not new to hydrogen.
Yeah.
So we are also developing now the trailers or the transport equipment for them. We are also developing the hydrogen fuel tank for the automotive application. So this, our design capabilities and all that is on a regular basis. We just develop the products depending on the market requirement. Today may not be that much potential from the revenue point of view is there for hydrogen.
Yeah.
But gradually we keep our products developed.
Okay.
And keep it ready for the future use.
Okay.
So that way, even if that LNG boom is going to go down after 10, 15 years, by that time the hydrogen will boom up.
Yes.
So there will be a number of opportunities for us going forward.
But you also said that hydrogen is expensive these days.
Because the manufacturing capacities, the liquefaction plants which are there are not so many as on today.
Okay, that's why.
So infrastructure cost for the hydrogen is big as on today.
Mm-hmm.
So when the LNG started, there were no terminals. Only one terminal was there. Petronet terminal was there. And now there are 7 terminals in India. So you can get the LNG from big ships on these terminals. So like this, liquefaction increases, the availability of hydrogen increases, automatically the demand supply gap is there.
Mm-hmm.
So more the demand, then automatically the prices will go down.
Okay. And so coming to the LNG fuel tank bit, you said that you look to increase the capex with time because LNG vehicles are maybe a handful, that's it, not more than that, like compared to CNG. So why do you think people should or are switching from CNG, which is like 30% market share, you told me, to an LNG? Maybe it has like 1% market share even in the heavy duty truck space. So why would the transition really happen?
So basically, I'll tell you, if you compare CNG and LNG, CNG is as on today being used for light commercial vehicles or cars.
Yes.
Whereas LNG can be used for heavy duty trucks and buses. Okay. So presently, to my knowledge, around 2,000 to 2,500 vehicles of LNG fuel trucks are available in the market. Whereas almost 30% of production of the heavy these cars and commercial vehicles, light duty commercial vehicles, is in the form of CNG. Whenever you have the long hauls, maybe 500 kilometers in one stroke or 700 or 600 kilometers in one stroke, LNG fuel tanks is a very good solution.
Okay.
Because the weight of the LNG fuel in the liquefied form is very less as compared to the CNG gas cylinders.
Okay.
So you carry more of a payload instead of carrying the dead load of the cylinders. That is one thing. On the price wise, the LNG is almost 20 to 25% cheaper than diesel.
Mm-hmm.
Pollution wise, it is less carbon emitting and SOx NOx level is less. And efficiency point also, the engine efficiency is also almost 20% increase.
Mm-hmm.
So overall, on the operation point of view, almost you get 20-25% saving if you switch to LNG. Now the question comes, how many kilometers will go when you fill the tank?
Yeah.
So we have 2 models as on today.
Yeah.
One is 450 liter and one is 990 liter.
Mm-hmm.
450 liter tank will take you to almost 500 kilometers in one fill, whereas 990 liter will take you to 1000 kilometers. Presently in India, almost 60 such fueling stations are available. So on an average, at a distance of 400-500 kilometers, there is some station available. So you don't have to worry now. So you have the truck, you fill the LNG, you drive 400 kilometers, you find another station, you fill again. So that way it is growing up. And if you see the what has happened in China, so almost there are like 5,000, 6,000 fueling stations are there, and more than 1.5 million or 2 million trucks are there working on LNG. India produces almost like 5 lakh trucks every year. So even if 30% of that is converted to LNG, there is a huge amount of requirement. And that is why we are saying from a present level of around 5,000 capacity of LNG fuel tank manufacturing, we can go up to 50,000 over a period of time. As we see the more and more consumption of LNG fuel trucks, definitely we can add on the capacity and we'll grow to that market.
Okay. So you're saying that for heavy duty trucks, it's getting tons of load. It would be more beneficial if they have the LNG,
Yes.
LNG as a fuel rather than diesel.
Yeah.
Or CNG makes no sense because you have to stop every 100, 200 kilometers. So LNG is the ultimate solution. And China is far ahead in number of vehicles that is powered by LNG. India is still in the nascent stage. And because it's in the nascent stage, you have the ability to increase production when required.
Absolutely.
Okay. Then why can't cars be run on LNG?
Basically, if you see the car normally drives like 50 kilometer, 100 kilometer a day.
Yeah.
So that way it is not giving any cost benefit advantage. Whereas like a small cylinder can take you to 100 kilometers or 200 kilometers. So that is why cars and small light commercial vehicles, they are preferring still CNG, and more of a CNG stations are available in the vicinity of the town now.
Okay.
Whereas these LNG fueling stations are more on the highways.
True.
So that is why perhaps this is happening. Perhaps EV can also, in small cars and other things, that is also getting more popular nowadays.
Yeah.
But for heavy duty trucks and buses, I am 100% confident LNG is the only solution.
Okay. So if I put up a LNG fueling station, you think I'll be profitable?
Yeah, it is like unless and until you are 100 vehicles a day, you can have a break even. And more than that, you start making profits.
Okay. In your con call, there was a mention of disposable cylinders. So is this especially for LNG or is it for other gases? And current run rate, I think is around 250 crore revenue that you're doing. So you plan to scale this up?
No, our current revenue is around 150 crores.
Okay.
And these disposable cylinders are mainly for storage of refrigerant gases.
Okay.
Which are used for air conditioners, in household application, freeze, automobiles. And these cylinders are approved by Department of Transportation USA.
Okay.
And these are non-refillable type of cylinders. That means you have to fill it, use it and throw it, like a Pepsi bottle.
Mm-hmm.
So there is a huge consumption of these cylinders in US and other countries. Presently, almost like 5 to 6 million cylinders are required every year. US has a capacity of around 3 to 4 million cylinder manufacturing. Balance 2 to 3 million has to be supplied by other countries.
Mm-hmm.
So there are manufacturers in China and 2-3 manufacturers in India. And we are one of the prime manufacturers in India. We are also supplying or manufacturing rather more than 2 million cylinders every year. Our share in the US market is almost like 10 to 12% for the disposable cylinders. And we are selling to major manufacturers of US. What you said, there is a good potential going forward because Chinese cylinders are now banned as anti-dumping duty in the US market.
Okay.
So we have that advantage.
Okay.
Now the China cannot enter into the US because of the heavy anti-dumping duty on them.
Okay.
So only country which can provide these cylinders to US is through India.
Okay.
As on today, maybe in due course of time somebody else puts the manufacturing cover, I don't know.
Yeah.
So we have got that advantage. Besides, there is some new range of gases which are coming up, for which we also develop the cylinders for that requirement. And there are a few more new customers we are also tapping in the market, in US market.
Yeah.
With all these initiatives, developing the new product, tapping the new markets, tapping the new applications. We are quite confident that we'll also grow more than 20% in this sector as well.
See, when you spoke about this sector, you primarily said US, US, US. And US, we have 50% import duty to the US right now. Isn't that hurting your business? It's already 2 quarters with the duties.
Yeah, I mean, yes, you are correct. When it was 25%, nobody was bothered. Frankly speaking, we sold like what we sold previously.
So they bear the
They bear the losses or whatever the extra cost of tariff, they bear the loss.
Yeah.
But now when it has become to 50%,
Yeah.
slightly people have started grumbling now, and they ask for some special concessions from us,
Okay.
so that in this difficult period we can manage with them.
Right.
And that is how we are trying to help them. And they have very clear understanding. If the tariff is going down, then automatically we'll come back to the original pricing. And we are trying to help them. I'm saying we always work on a long-term relationship
Yeah.
rather than this very short-term. And people appreciate that. Many people who visited last week only, they assured us business will continue.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
But there is a lot of sunrise industries, right, that India is still not entered into. Like semiconductor, there's been a lot of speech about it, that 2 billion, 3 billion is being thrown, but nothing has really happened even with Vedanta. So now if semiconductor industries to pick off, and even solar cell manufacturing, and even in the space, let's say the fusion energy experiment segment, in these segments, I understand there's a lot of application of cryogenics. May it be for storing the liquid at very low temperatures, like you said, 165 degrees Celsius, minus 165 degrees Celsius for LNG, or maybe below minus 200 to 60 degrees Celsius for hydrogen, to store these gases, then transport these gases in the liquid form, then convert this liquid into gas. So these sunrise industries require a lot of cryogenics. Are you seeing this demand currently in India or abroad? Are these players from sunrise industry placing orders with you?
Yeah, this is a very good question, I can say. The sunrise industry is basically semiconductor, if you're talking about. India has declared almost 5-6 projects to the tune of almost 1.6 lakh crores. And majority of them are in Gujarat.
Okay.
So
Okay.
Dholera and Sanand is the main place where these industries are coming up. So these industries require very high grade of gases, high purity gases. Okay. And this manufacturing these equipments is not new to us. We have supplied some similar equipment to Japan and Singapore earlier. We have recently executed orders from Micron USA. We have done it for Foxconn. We are doing it for Air Liquide. We are doing it for Tata Semiconductor Industry project. And we have supplied storage equipment, vaporization systems, piping skids, and we are entering into the piping area as well. So all such gamut of equipments which are required by this industry, we are quite aware of their standards and the manufacturing capacity we already have in our portfolio. So we don't find that we'll be behind the business perspective. And semiconductor industry we can cater in a better way.
Okay.
Similarly, if you have heard of recently the data centers.
Yeah.
The data centers conventionally they are using energy for cooling purpose, either through air conditioners or through water chillers.
Yeah.
But going forward, because the amount of heat generated is so high that you have to consume a lot of energy. So in that context, people are trying to use now liquid nitrogen, the gaseous form at low temperatures. So that will reduce their energy consumption.
Okay.
So similar such projects are been already declared in Andhra Pradesh by Google for 52,000 crore now. So we are working with them how we can support them for such industry. Similarly, we have developed ultra high purity ammonia IMO containers. So ammonia is produced in India for many years so far. But what for the semiconductor and solar industry requires high purity ammonia, which is 99.6 times 9. Okay.
Yeah.
And that's IMO containers we have manufactured. These IMO containers are the storage vessels again, but they can travel on road, sea, and even on the road as well. So all these three modes, road, ship, and this thing they can move.
Yeah.
and we get the approvals for this. So this is another area because ammonia can be split into nitrogen and hydrogen. So perhaps this is the fastest way of doing it over a period of time. And almost, say if they put 30 tons TPD plant for the ammonia, you get almost like 5 tons of hydrogen from that.
Okay.
So that is the fastest way of developing or manufacturing hydrogen, which can be used for any other applications.
Okay. Even the solar industry. So what's happening is India has a target to achieve 500 gigawatts of installed capacity of solar by the year 2030. Out of which, let's say the cell manufacturing capacity or the module capacity is 120 gigawatts. But the cell capacity, which is the raw material for these modules, is 17 gigawatts. And I think it's dominated by like Premier Energies, Adani is there. Then further down the lane is something called wafer and ingots, which is not yet in India. It's imported from China. In India, there's a company called Vikram Solar that is getting into it. Then further backward integration you go, it's polysilicon, which Reliance is doing it, which is still, that plant is under construction. So in India, there is cell capacity. That's it. So the other two stages are still pending. When this is happening in the solar industry, where do you see demand from? Where do you see opportunities from? Because in India, we've just been importing, installing, that's it. There's no technology that we have, because China, whatever technology they give, it's at least 5 years behind. True. They make sure we never share the latest technology with any country in the world. So technology we're behind, installations we are fine, but it's all imported. So in this solar industry, where are you seeing opportunities? Are companies coming to you?
On solar, what the companies we have received the orders and we are executing orders is for solar glass manufacturing.
Okay.
So they use, again, a lot of heating is required onto that process. So they use LNG as a fuel again for that heating.
Okay.
So that we have supplied to 2-3 companies in India so far. Barring that, any sort of a purging application, any sort of cleaning application, or during packing they require nitrogen. So we can supply all such equipments to them.
Okay.
So beyond that, I don't see much of a areas where we can supply to the solar industry.
Okay.
But definitely storage vessels for these applications and for energy application, we can supply equipment from our portfolio.
Okay. So coming to China, there's a company called CIMC Enric, which I believe is a big competitor for you from China, and they're one of the largest players over there. There they manufacture, you're seeing cryogenic tanks made out of manganese steel, which is cheaper than stainless steel, and they use some type of composites to manufacture these tanks. So how do you compete against them? Are they giving you any threat? And my point of asking you this question is that your customers are maybe 63% is exports. So China, you cannot say Atmanirbhar Bharat, indigenous, etc., etc. So you're competing with them in the international space. How do you see the competition from China yet?
See, the China, the ball game is different. Okay. China produces equipment mostly the Chinese standards. They don't produce to ASME or European standards.
Okay.
Whereas we produce to ASME and EN standards, which are the world approved codes. Okay. Secondly, Chinese are good in mass manufacturing.
Yeah.
Whereas we are good in non-standard customized equipment manufacturing. The standard equipment has definitely higher volume or higher revenue, but the margins are less. Whereas we compete with them on non-standard equipment, where a lot of engineering is required, where a lot of specialization is required, cryogenic knowledge, welding technology knowledge, vacuum knowledge is very important. So there they don't come across us, and we win the projects over them. Thirdly, over a period of time, whatever the equipment we have supplied to the world, product quality, reliability has really come to our help.
Yeah.
And safety as well. So people are giving preference. Nowadays, if you see, people are also China plus one, people are thinking. So that again is the advantage to us.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever people are thinking of big science project, definitely they keep away from China.
Mm-hmm.
So that's advantage we are having.
Mm-hmm.
And definitely the Indian labor cost is not as high as China, I can say. But our automation levels are less as compared to China.
Absolutely.
But going forward, we will also trying to see how we can automate the process further, reduce our labor costs, reduce our manufacturing costs. And the days are not far off that we can even compete with China, in my opinion. We definitely will require some government support, and we'll take the support whenever is required.
Yeah.
But looking to the manufacturing expertise we are having, the technological upper hand as compared to China, and our ability to meet customer needs, I think we will be very easily can compete with Chinese people going forward.
Understood. So I think you're the only company that says I can compete with China, because other companies I speak to, no way they can compete with China. Anyways, but they're into mass manufacturing, they're into more specialized.
Yeah, specialized.
And like space and defense and research purpose, they cannot use Chinese products.
Yeah.
That's very clear. Then your competitors would naturally become companies like Chart Industries or Lind India, right? In the competition space, EPS. Okay. So before I end this session, I have a very candid question to ask you. You've been in the company since 1992. So what stake do you have in the business? Is it like ESOPs? Is it like stake in the company?
Yeah, 2 years before we just had a IPO,
Okay.
December, and we were given the top management team was given some ESOPs.
Okay.
So I am part of it.
Okay, very good.
And I hope that I'll get good results and get benefits from this ESOPs. But nevertheless, working with INOX India was a great...
you are still working?
Yeah. So far.
Okay.
So it was a good platform. We studied a lot over here. We were trained on a very big things, like we were sent to Japan when we had a tie-up with Nippon Sanso.
Yeah.
So it's a learning phase always. I mean, no, once you do one project, you still learn, then you go higher and higher. The important aspect of this is management has full faith on you. That's very important when you work at a senior level.
Absolutely.
So if that is there and the comfort is there and your team is with you,
Absolutely.
I think you enjoy the work rather than money. Money is only a part and parcel of it. But if you enjoy your job, if you enjoy your every day coming to the factory or every day coming to the design office and develop new products which can help the mankind for future, that gives a lot of help, a lot of motivation.
Absolutely.
On a larger scale.
And you have a beautiful office as well, so that should
be recently, I mean, this is like whatever I have studied or what I have learned in last 30 years, I tried to put into this factory, which was recently built. And many of the customers who have visited, they said it's absolutely similar to European manufacturing facility.
Definitely.
So I think once again, I thank my management for providing me free hand in developing this facility. And I hope this will continue like this for years to come now.
Free hand is crucial.
Thank you so
Absolutely.
much.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Thanks, Ivan.
At INOX CVA, Mr. Pawan Logar leads global financial operations with a focus on strengthening performance, optimizing capital allocation, and enabling scalable expansion across international markets. As CFO, he continues to steer INOX CVA toward resilient, future-ready financial excellence.
So I had a couple of questions regarding the financials, future vision, because CEO said CFO would be best.
Yes.
Yeah, Mr. Pawan.
Yes.
Okay. So, given that you're already a 10,000 crore market cap company,
right
now I saw the Fidelity is there, Goldman is there. So the large institutions are entering your company, maybe for 8%, 10% growth. Okay. What makes you think you can grow at like 20%, 25%, 30%, like a company that's just starting off?
Okay, actually, we are expanding a lot, and we have added new products also, and there's a new setup at Saudi, which is a very big setup, and more than 10 new sheds will come in this. And we have already started the capacity of 300,000 kegs at present, but it can reach to 1 million production of kegs in 2-3 years. As soon as we get the orders, we can produce it. Just we have to put the line, which is very easy to put, and within 6 months of we can increase our capacity to 1 million kegs. It depends on the requirement from the market, but it is, we are the third and fourth largest keg manufacturing company in the world. So we feel that yes, India looking to the cost and very lower cost than European countries and US. We feel that yes, we can produce at very competitive rate and export in the European, US, and all other markets without any problem.
Okay.
China is also there, but China, there is a anti-dumping duty already going on in Europe, etc. So it's very difficult for them to manage the show.
Okay.
So India is definitely, it will be very helpful to us, and we will definitely achieve this.
So my question still remains, because despite you doing a new facility or you introducing new products, how much can your revenues grow by? Because you already have a big base.
We will definitely.
Okay.
That is definite. But if there are so many new things are coming for our products,
Yeah.
and new applications are going on. So if any one application is in boom,
Yeah.
it can reach to the 25, 30, 40% also. It can double also if and because this Savli facility is now there, and we already, it is for future.
Okay.
So the production already started here. We can make more than around 8 to 10 shades more in this facility. Everything is ready. Within 6 months, we can start more production here.
Okay.
So we are. It is just 18 to 20% is the normal growth which we are taking. We are getting it from last 3-4 years, and we feel that yes, it is achievable. Our order book is already there to achieve it. Every month we are getting good orders. Even after this US, still we are exporting good amount to US, and we feel that it will not affect us.
Mm-hmm.
And market is, especially for our products, especially it is a future technology, and every day something new applications are coming for our products.
Yeah, it can be hydrogen, it can be nuclear, it can be
LNG is booming. If LNG is used in India, I think it can be double.
True.
If the trucks came with LNG facility and it started buying in the market, no problem. We can just double our growth.
So you're saying that 18 or 20% is
18, 20,
possible?
This is just a normal growth we are considering with the normal circumstances only. Looking to taking especially taking the decision for investment, it takes a lot of time by the public.
Yeah,
it's very it's a capital oriented products. So normally, whenever any customer wants to invest, they think a lot.
Yeah.
So normal growth will be this. But as soon as the market comes, as soon as the market comes in India, everyone wants the new thing to start.
Market meaning one of the applications.
There's so many applications which are going on, like trucks.
Yeah.
If trucks came with the LNG kit, no problem.
Yeah.
If LNG station is there,
yeah.
Because government has already given the target of 1,000 LNG station,
yeah.
and still 50 stations are working. Still from last 5 years, because of Corona,
yeah.
Now it is only 50. Now government is again pressurizing all the oil companies, etc. And they have given one big relief recently to all oil companies and petrol pumps. Because petrol pumps are having a lot of land also available just adjacent to their petrol pump. But earlier what happens, the government has not allowed to use that land for LNG, for putting LNG station.
Okay.
Now government has given the guideline that yes, you can, if you have the extra land, you can put your LNG station there itself.
Okay.
LNG, the government is also given the guidelines to everyone that you must have minimum 2 facilities in the petrol pump.
Mm-hmm.
And then 2 fuel must be sold in your petrol pump. Not only petrol, diesel. Either you go for the gas, you go for this LNG, whatever may. But start all petrol pumps should have these 2 facilities, minimum 2 facilities.
Yeah. So then, if that is happening, your current margins are what, like 26%, right?
Our EBITDA is around 22 to 24, 25%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if these new products, can it still maintain your EBITDA margin of 22 to 25%?
Yes. Because we are already having this type of margin. That's why we are giving the range. Exact EBITDA we can't decide, but we are giving normal range of 21 to 24, 25% EBITDA we will definitely get.
Yeah.
If it is if any standard product boom is there, definitely the margin will be little bit low. But if non-standard products, there are so many non-standard things are going on in this in our products.
Yeah.
So non-standard, definitely we have little bit higher margin.
Okay.
And like keg is a standard product.
Yeah.
It may possible that 1 or 2% lower margin there. That's why we are always give 21 to 25.
Okay. Okay.
So if the keg market booms, my margin may be 23 average.
Understood.
If the non-standard market improves, LNG station, definitely it will go on the high side. So non-standard, definitely we have little bit higher margin than standard products.
Okay.
Which side will be in the boom? We don't know at present. But we feel that 18 to 20% growth means standard also booming and non-standard also doing well.
Yeah.
In that case, my margin will be around 22 to 24.
Okay. Okay. So you're saying that revenues can come 18 to 20% base, and new applications, if it comes mainstream, you'll get a lot of growth.
If it is in mainstream, then very high growth may be there. But in this 18-20%, I'm not counting this mainstream.
Okay. And then the margins, you're saying that 21, 22% to 25%.
Yes, that will be there. That will be there because in our costing itself, we are having already in India. We have 65% market, 60 to 65% market share we have in India.
Okay.
So only two companies are there. Other companies are there. They are in South, and they are mainly catering to their main companies in.
Okay. Okay.
So I think, and from last 33 years we are in India, and our other group company, INOX Air Product, is also in the gas, and they are the highest gas producer in India.
Mm-hmm.
So all gases, liquid gases requires these cryogenic tanks.
Okay.
So whoever the customer of them, they have around 40% market share in India.
Okay.
So whoever the buyer for gases, definitely they will buy the tanks from us.
Understood.
And we have the very good image from last 33 years. We have big setup in India.
You got a cash component of 220 crores on the balance sheet.
Correct.
So why is it not deployed? You say you're so bullish on the future market prospects. So why is it sitting in cash?
We are already deploying it. The Sauli project we have done from our internal accruals only.
Okay.
New shares every year we are expanding expanding around 100 crores in expansions, which is also from our internal. We have not taken a single pie from any bankers or no loan, nothing. And even for the future plan is already there for, okay, we will expand around 80 to 100 crores every year without any, because just to sustain 18 to 20% growth every year.
Okay.
So we have to do this expansion in a routine way, and within 6 months we can complete our expansion. So we are keeping this fund. We are keeping this fund for inorganic growth also. If any related product to my existing products is there available in the market, if any company or any production facility is available to me, then definitely we are considering those situations. And if something is good, we will definitely go for that. At that time, we need money. So it is not like that. As we are the cash rich, we are ready to invest. And if we have the cash with us, we can encash it at any time without any problem, and we can buy any good company without any problem for our inorganic growth.
Understood. And why is the inventory days always like about 200 days?
These are the non-standard. Our production requires 8 to 15 to 18 months for completing the product.
Okay. So you buy the steel.
So steel is to be brought, and lot of WIP will be there, because final completion will be in 15 months, 12 months, or 18 months. So it has to be kept in the. But we have inventory. Other side we have advances.
Okay.
So at present we have more than 485 crores as advance.
So you have not supplied the goods.
So it is not like that the inventory we are just investing. We got the money also against that inventory. Mm-hmm. We are already getting inventory, because we are not giving any credit in the market. As soon as we get the order, we get our 20 to 30% advance.
Okay.
Then against material identification, again we get 20 to 30%.
Okay.
Again, as soon as we complete the vacuum of the products, again we get 20%.
So it's like
normally 90-95% we get before dispatch.
Understood.
Before dispatch only we get. So one side it is lying in inventory, but other side it is lying in my advances.
Right.
So 500 crores advance lying in our company. Yes.
So it's like even though the inventory is high, it is being compensated by low trade receivables because you're already getting
it is negative
payment.
Trade receivable.
Yes.
It is negative trade receivable. So if I netting out my advances with my debtors, I have much more advances than my debtors.
Understood. And lastly, just for the record, you said that you are the 5th employee to join the company.
Yes.
Because the other 2 left. So the founder, then there is Deepak Acharya, who's the CEO, and there is you.
One Mr. Parag Kulkarni is also there.
Yeah.
He has become now executive director of the company.
Okay. So CEO, executive director, CFO.
Yeah.
Okay, very good.
Executive director Mr. Parag Kulkarni was the main person to start this company.
Okay. Brilliant. Thank you so much, sir. Yes.
Thank you, Jam. Thank you so much for it.
Thank you.